live. We should be live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword, the best dark fantasy game on the web on Thursday nights, in my humble opinion, because all of these people make the game amazing. I don't make it really anything special, but they are amazing. These creative people are where it's at. We use Syrinscape. We love Syrinscape, but we love our players so much more. And with that being said, I am going to roll a die. Oh, Lord. I left my dice out on the table from last night's D&D game. I will be back shortly. Commiserate as I go get my stuff.
Didn't we? Sorry. No, I was gonna ask if we had left off on the lifeboat.
We did.
Yes. Yes, we're
So,
currently
Hey, I am back. I
fleeing.
have an Allen wrench in my dice, and I have no idea why. So that's what we're doing now. Hello, Gozerian is here. I hope I pronounced that right. Love Gozer. All right. I'm going to roll my D10 as a D5, and we'll see who it lands on. That one is Marissa.
Okay. Well, when our game began last time, we had just landed on the island. I cannot remember the name of the island, but it's a prison island. And we had accepted to take shifts as guards. And that's when we found out that Ben was trapped in the prison. And Nim naturally had to go see him and let him out. And Ben's not okay, but we're going to fix it, damn it. So I'm going to pass it on to Robin.
The fabled ill fare. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Man, Ben is absolutely not okay. We did. We started a prison riot, and you said everything that I had to say. Oh, I do remember that we left off in the lifeboat. Megan.
It was a proper ship, actually. You do have a proper ship.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's not the lifeboat.
Yes.
It's a dinghy. We're gonna row to the next continent.
Well, yeah. Well, I remember last game because Tempest finally had an opportunity to show what she can do, as opposed to when I roll horribly, and literally took the head from the warden in one swing. So that was pretty amazing for her. She then blamed it on the big the blood mage. And so yeah, everyone there is convinced that the blood mage did it instead of her. It was amazing being Wisp's dance partner. That is an incredible power. I cannot believe how cool that was. That was super cool. And Tempest really just is like, well, I hope they had a good reason for telling me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, because she knows nobody. Just following Wisp's lead. Wisp also had a good fireball, like a good fireball cast, if I remember correctly. It was a fun combat, a lot of fun combat there, and a lot of possibly really horrible blood mage, yeah. There is, so who knows who we've let go, who we've released. We're probably dealing with all kinds.
That's right.
Yeah. Not that Tempest really should throw stones. SENITA, did you go?
No.
No.
I did not go.
All right. So what do you remember from last time?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, honesty. So
Hang on, I pulled it up on my phone. Let me see if something is remembering.
Cheating. What about Vera? While you're listening to that, Vera, do you remember anything interesting that happened? There's one thing I'm waiting on somebody to mention, and nobody's mentioned it yet. I thought Marissa had it.
I'm probably just gonna draw a blank because now you put pressure on me, so I'm definitely not gonna remember what it is that you're waiting for all of us to remember. You've just completely jinxed that. I hope you realize it.
I mean, of course. Well, I'm the GM. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think you put the episode up.
I haven't put it on YouTube yet because I was having problems with my exporter corrupting the audio. So now I just have to upload them straight from download to Twitch, and that one hasn't gone up yet because that's tomorrow.
Okay, that explains that. Okay.
There was the cards, the tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
We did have this thing where the tarot cards glowed and stuff.
Right.
Yes, because there was a whole thing where Nim was almost able to pull Ben back.
Yeah,
from the
because the
whole
magician card was glowing.
Magical lobotomy thing that he'd had. And
Yeah.
it didn't quite take, but it almost did. Like for a couple of minutes he was himself again, and then it faded, and now I'm mad. And if the building was not already like being torn apart from the inside by a prison riot, I would blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
Wisp, you're an icon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Wisp is secretly a barbarian.
I see. I think Steven is only just starting to realize how few fucks Wisp has left. There aren't a lot. It's very few.
That's valid. SENITA, did you come up with a thing?
Nope, I did not.
Okay, well, we will just go into our new intro then for Quill and Sword.
And also, you missed Tamer Tuesday last night.
I did miss Tamer Tuesday last night. Oh, I put us live. Well, anyway, I did miss Tamer Tuesday because I'm terrible, and I didn't see a message from you, and then I ended up falling asleep because I'm bad.
I was in the middle of a tournament, which is why I didn't message you.
Did you win?
I placed 4th.
Okay. It's still a dumb tournament because you should have won.
Facts though, because I would have been 4-1 had the last guy I versed was doing the new hybrids, and both matches I had, he had 0 security, and I just needed to attack him one more time, but he managed to pull it out at the end.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry, SENITA and I play Digimon, by the way. We love some Digimon cards. It's great. So that being said, we are going to get into our story. So you guys are currently on the high seas. So you have found yourselves on this boat, right? You managed to commandeer a vessel from the Ile de Fer, and you have crewed it with several prisoners that have escaped. You also have Ben among your ranks, though he is still currently abdicated. And, yeah. So as we go about...
I suppose this is where I'll remind you, Stephen, Wisp is prone to seasickness, so if and when you want me to con save for that.
Actually, go ahead and do it now. We'll see how you've been faring, because you guys have been set out for a minute.
And remember, you are near Tempest, and so you get Tempest's charisma bonus to your rolls.
Which is how much?
+6.
Oh, I'm doing fine. That's a 21. I'm running on adrenaline from everything that went on. I'm good right now.
Okay, all right. So you are actually holding your own pretty well. Like you kind of once in a while get that like bile feeling. You just kind of like shove it back down. Like you got this. You're used to this right now. You're getting your sea legs. With that being said, I would like for, let me think who. Let's roll a die actually to see. Okay, so that is. Oh, that's Megan. Okay. So, Megan, what is Tempest doing besides being generally in the same vicinity as Wisp?
Oh, well, she's piloting the boat because she has skills in orienteering and, navigation and stuff like that. So she's probably steering the boat right now.
Okay. So as you're steering the boat, you do see this like purple, orange, pink sunset just sort of looming in the distance. You can see just the hint of that pinprick is probably a spire. So you're coming up on a town, right? You're getting there, which is probably necessary to find a proper crew that isn't escaped convicts, or at least someone that's maybe a little more trustworthy, or at least that has maybe some more formal skills and training. Because some of these people you've gathered are not actually sailors at all, and are just more or less capable of doing what you tell them. So, let's go to, nope, that's Megan again. Robin, okay. So, what is SENITA doing on this sea trip?
Taking inventory of who we took with us, getting an idea of the company that we are currently keeping, like what they can do, getting an idea for what they will do. I'm gonna like open my mind to their ambient thoughts.
Okay. All right. I would like you to go ahead and roll for me general perception or investigation, your choice, just to see what you get, right? See who happenstance is around.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Ooh.
$27.
27. Okay. Yeah. So, you actually find that several of the people that you are currently with are capable of picking locks and doing things like that. There is one person. You're just sort of like listening to these ambient thoughts, right? And one masculine presence is sort of ruminating about how his daughter is doing while he's away in prison, and it catches because as he thinks, he hopes that nobody has caught her yet. That nobody's figured out that she's the mage and that he's not.
Oh, my heart. Okay, I'm gonna like mark out which one of them that is, and nobody is allowed to hurt that guy.
Okay. So when you turn, you see a rather buff looking individual, facial hair and olive skin, brown hair, and has this vest open, but you see a binder, like wrapped around the chest. And he looks up and just sort of squints at you a little bit briefly. Do you have something to say?
No.
All right. And he just returns to sort of like messing with this like chip of wood that he's picked off of the boat itself, and just sort of twiddling it in his thumbs in ambient thought. And you see his thoughts just keep running back to this doll that his daughter played with.
What's your name?
Me?
Yes.
Fared.
Come again?
Fared.
Fared.
Yeah. You?
All right. SENITA.
What's that crest for?
Oh, with the Jade Lotus.
That one, yeah.
Alright, so I will then proceed to explain my purpose hunting Crom spawn and, like, cleansing things. And let me double check really quick, but I'm pretty sure that my dump stat is charisma. So yeah, no, my dump stat is in fact charisma. So like she just info dumps. Like
Okay. Make a persuasion check just to see how this goes over.
Okay, so I rolled an 18, so that's gonna be a 17.
So your order was the one that they brought that green phoenix back, right? It destroyed half the city, as I heard it, in the capital. Although, honestly, they probably deserved it.
Is that so?
Yeah. All greedy rich people. Their own agendas, don't actually care about us who live meal to meal, job to job.
I'm interested in hearing more about that.
Well, I mean, not much to hear. Look around you. How long you been in Voray? Like, the gap between the high class and the low class is pretty stark.
To be perfectly honest with you, I tend to go about my work with a bit of tunnel vision.
I mean, given your line of work, that makes sense. My family and I came from Elridia. We wanted to get away from the monsters and thought Voray would be a good place to do it, seeing as they don't have to deal with those things all the time. But now they do. So, really, what we gain in it, right? And he sort of pauses, but in your mind you hear this echoing, like, I just hope my family's still alive.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? Originally, Elridia.
No, where did you come from before you came here?
Let me look and see, because I actually have this guy on my list.
Uh-oh.
Look, goes.
Yeah, he's on a list. Let me see, where are we at?
What did Jeffy say?
Okay, he's from Fared. Where are you, Fared, on this list? Ah, here we go. He's from Genward. He's from where Mask is from, actually.
Oh!
Yeah. He's from Genward.
Yeah.
So he's quite a bit inland. He's on the lake.
So I make a mental note of that and just nod and probably awkwardly walk away at that point.
Okay. All right. I don't know if Senta would know that Mask is from Genward.
No.
But yeah.
Senta has no reason to know that.
Yeah. But yeah, you walk away and you hear him just once again kind of ruminating, and now his thoughts have turned more towards, oh shit, I really do hope that they're still alive. That didn't even occur to me. What if they ran? What if they're not even there? And so he just, like, once again is running through this in his head. Let's see. Let's go to... That is Robin again. Man, my dice loves the person that was just in it. That is Vera. So, what is Wisp doing?
Wisp mainly has an eye out on the horizon, just trying to not focus on anything that's closer and rolling as much.
Mm-hmm.
Wisp is very much in their own head right now. If anyone were to sort of glance at them, depending on their own experience with other people, they would either think lost in thought, or they would think disassociating.
Okay. Make a perception check or wisdom saving throw, your choice.
Nat 20.
Okay, so you see in the corner of your eye this huge figure just stalking up surprisingly quietly, like not even creaking the boards of the ship, and this enormous clawed furry hand just rests on your shoulder. And you see Asana there beside you, and she offers you what looks like a small clay cup, and it has some very, very pungent liquid in it. Try this.
Am I going to be given any kind of heads up as to what's in it?
She just tells you to try it.
No, like that's
Oh, you asked
what
it. Okay.
Wisp says.
It helps you get your sea legs.
Wisp shrugs and knocks it back.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
+6.
+6. 19.
19. So you down this thing, and the first thing that hits your throat is fire, and then ice. And it starts out almost like those intensely cinnamon candies, if you've ever had them, like fireballs.
Yep.
And then it shifts into like this intense mint. And when you exhale, you get just a little bit of vapor.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a journey.
And your stomach is settled for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
Yep. And
I
she
will
just...
I'll
go ahead.
pass the cup back and say thank you.
She pats you on the back pretty heartily, like she doesn't quite know her own strength, and says, it's an old Aslari trick. Hope it helps.
I think it will.
You know, you have a lot of fire in you.
I used to, funnily enough.
Well, keep it. It looks good on you.
I'll try.
If you want, you can make an insight check.
Sure. Why not? Insight.
Why not? Probably because Wisp isn't going to be very good at this.
14.
14. So, you've been experienced enough with this. She's lightly flirting with you.
So, I think Wisp will make small talk. And so, once we're on the other side of all of this, what are you planning on doing?
Finding where I belong.
That can be a very lengthy journey.
You speak as though you know something about that.
I might. And sometimes you settle for just finding a place to belong for the day or the night.
I've heard that some people find belonging in action, purpose, goals. Some find belonging in a location, and some in people. She narrows her eyes a little bit. Which are you?
I don't stay in one place very often. I am more apt to find belonging in action or in people or both simultaneously on occasion.
Is that now?
It could be.
Is that new?
Ginger ale extra spicy.
No, that's not new.
All right. Well, you are an interesting person, Wisp.
As are you.
And she'll just kind of like saunter off like she wants to just leave it there. But as she leaves, her tail just sort of like curls your leg a little bit and brushes past like a cat's as she walks away with surprisingly light footsteps. And that is SENITA. So, SENITA, what is Anu doing?
You said this is like a regular sized boat?
Yeah, it's like a normal ship.
Okay. Do they have like, what are those things called? The bird's eye nest thing? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they have a crow's nest.
Crow's nest. I was like, I know nest is in it. I couldn't remember. Yeah, I'm hanging out in the nerd. I was gonna say nerd nest. Wow. Hanging out.
I mean, it is a nerd nest while you're in it.
I'm hanging out in the crow's nest.
The crow's nest. Okay. Do you go up there in a showy way, a sneaky way, or are you just kind of like chilling?
What was the first one you said?
A showy way?
A showy
sneaky
way.
Okay. Go ahead and give me either acrobatics or athletics. Your choice.
Okay. Okay. 25.
25. Okay, you just described to me how you get up to the crow's nest.
Let me make sure. Hang on. How do I believe that's... Oh, yeah. Duh. There's a number in front of it. We're all familiar with Treasure Planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know the scene where Captain Amelia is doing the thing, flips and all that swing? Yeah, that. Only I'm going up instead of down.
That's epic.
I highly approve of the move and the reference.
Right? Like, favorite Disney movie, bar none.
Very underappreciated movie.
Yes. So you grab one of these ropes, you twirl around, grab the netting, you get up here epically, beautifully, and you find yourself in the crow's nest. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, just keeping a close watch just in case something comes up.
Okay. You do see that small pinprick of a spire on the horizon that you would know to be land and probably a port town.
Okay.
And I will actually come back to you because you're watching closely, and that's going to trigger a thing, but I want to get MARISA in here first. So, MARISA, what is Nim doing? You're on the boat.
So, Nim...
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget.
Nim is following Ben around, making sure Ben is comfortable. Very much like a guilty parent would. Like, if you were ever a kid and you got, like, sick and your parents felt guilty for it or wanted to make it up to you, kind of that sort of vibe. So,
Okay.
just bringing Ben some snacks, making sure he has everything he needs, chatting with him, preventing anybody that looks like a bad influence from going near him, because Nim is now very concerned about how much time Ben has spent with these criminals, and she knows Ben is good, but she has seen some of the things that some of these folks have done, and she is not okay with it.
Okay. All right. So, as you go through your day, Ben is so listless. It's heartbreaking. He's not himself. He's not the plucky, mischievous child that you raised. He's a shell. He will literally look to you occasionally and just ask if you have any requests with zero influx in his voice, nothing that sort of tells you that he has any sort of desire there. At one point, make a perception roll.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
You notice one of these criminals, a dwarf woman with blonde hair, reaching into the pockets of your apron on the sly as she's walking past. Like, she saw what you have as a lump there, and she just wants to try to take it.
I slap her hand, like I'm slapping a kid's hand away.
Okay.
No.
And she just kind of like draws her hand back. What was that for?
Well, if you have a question, you're free to ask.
What question?
Well, that's my pocket, and if you're interested to know what's inside, you may ask, but you may not take.
I didn't. And she just starts trying to lie that she didn't take anything.
Well, my eyes are on you.
Oh, okay. Okay. And make one more perception check.
Oh, whoa. Why is this? That's what I'm definitely up again.
9.
9. You have to pick.
Oh, bro, how did I think, bro?
Does she take your coin purse, your cinnamon roll box,
Absolutely not.
or the one-way stone that you have to talk to Mask?
She takes the coins. I don't care.
Okay. So, she does take the coins, and because Anu is watching from above intently, Anu, make a perception roll.
Ah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You see that a dwarf woman just pickpocketed Nim after Nim chided her for trying to do it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna wait to see how many more people she pickpockets, and I'm just gonna pickpocket her back.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a d20. Oh my gosh. You watch. I got a natural 20. You watch as this lady goes to all of your companions and steals, you guys choose, either your coin purse with all your money or one of your pocketable magic items. What does she get? Senta?
I feel like most of the things that I have that could qualify as magical are pretty strapped down, and the coins wouldn't be a high priority, so...
Okay.
What the heck? I didn't.
So what about Megan? What did she get from Tempest?
Well, it's got to be the coin purse. But she doesn't have a lot of money, and
That's
all
fine.
of her magic items are in her bag of holding.
Okay.
What can she get? What'd she get? Yeah, she does. She gets a coin purse. She totally gets a coin purse.
Okay. All right. She's making out like a bandit, literally. Wisp, what does she get from you?
Just so we're not all flat broke, I think I'm gonna keep my coin purse.
Okay.
What?
Oh my God, no, I'm witnessing.
You tell me whether or not you'll accept this, Steven.
Okay.
Wait, why can I not build?
I do still have a hag's fingernail.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. She gets a hag's fingernail. So, that's what you see, Anu. This lady made out like a bandit. She also steals from several other crew members. So, just going around taking from whoever she can find someone to take from.
Oh, this is going to require stealth, and it's going to be fun.
Uh-huh. So go ahead and make a stealth roll.
$23.
Okay. 23. I'm gonna see. No. All right. You make out with everything that she took from your allies, plus a ring of protection, +1, and an additional 30 gold.
Ooh. Write that.
So you've taken everything back and more.
We have fun here.
Now I'm gonna be really curious to see if she makes us think about this, because I'm just thinking about the movie The Sting, which is one of my favorite movies, and just the part where a guy gets swindled at a card game is like, what am I supposed to do? Accuse him of cheating better than me in front of everybody else?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and you know exactly what she took from whom, so you could even return it all if you want to.
Oh, frick.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna have fun with this.
Oh, okay. I dig. So, as the night approaches, does anyone have anything else they want to do? Tempest, for record, you have actually found someone who you can discern is trustworthy to pilot the ship as you go to rest.
Yeah, eat that.
Okay.
It is
at
actually
some
the
point-
man. Sorry.
It is actually who?
The man that SENITA interacted with.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Yeah, you know, Tempest spent some time watching him as he piloted, and then felt comfortable enough to go talk. Tempest goes over to Nim and says, Nim, that was exhilarating and all, but I trust there was a good reason we did that.
Yes. Ultimately, yes, I think. But now when you say that with your out loud voice, it makes me think that maybe we didn't go about it in the best of ways. We did start a prison riot. But you know, a lot of those people in there, I assume a lot because Ben was there, so a lot of them should not have been locked up. They were locked up because they had magic. And you know, Ben, he's basically had his magic taken away. He's a shell of his former self. We had to get him out. And you know, who knows if they were gonna do it to all these other folks. Though granted, from what I've heard about what you know, what Wisp saw, you know, maybe some of those people should have been there. But you know, you can't ask questions all the time. And now, Tempest, I don't know if we did the right thing. I'm going to be honest with you right now, but we've done it. So here we are on a boat.
But your intention was to save someone?
Yes. So Ben, the quiet one, I knew him. I used to take care of him when he was growing up. He used to have magic, and now he doesn't. And it's just really important that we get him back home and help him find his magic again. And oh, Giselle, you know, the lovely little girl that made the cookies.
Yes!
She's his stepdaughter, basically. So
Oh!
he, at least maybe if now he can teach her to make good cookies or something. I'm hoping everything turns out for the better, but you know, sometimes if you just pretend everything's fine, eventually it might be, and you didn't start a prison, right? And it's okay, and you did the right thing.
Okay, well, you know, it wasn't like the warden was that good of a person anyways.
No, just a real jerk. A real jerk, I don't
Yes.
mind saying.
Normally I do need more than just being a jerk to take someone's head from their shoulders. But
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
yes, so I understand, but in the future we should probably be a little more specific about what you need me to do. I can become overzealous. It's a habit, really, unfortunately. Slaughter men for a couple hundred years and you get really good at it.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Maybe I have a future then, I suppose, if I keep adventuring. But I'll leave it to you for the most part, I think, because you're really good at it. And honestly, I think what we did was the right thing. And I think in the future we will definitely, maybe we'll make better plans moving forward. You know, just honestly, we probably won't ever have to start a prison riot again. So I feel confident that this is behind us. How many more prisons could we do this in? I don't know.
That's me.
I think, you know, as long as we're sorry for the harm we caused and we don't do it again, we're still good, right?
I kind of lost track of what is good. Really, I just go for the biggest evil possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal.
That's good. I like that.
Yes, the biggest
I'm
evil
gonna write
possible.
that down. We're gonna write that down.
Max, I read.
Biggest evil. Okay.
Well, that's fine. You know, Yes, okay. So now I know. But I trust you all. We probably did the right thing.
I think we did. Honestly, I'm new to this whole adventuring thing. I mean, we've been together for a while, but you know, Wisp has a little bit more experience. And New for sure. SENITA seems great. Mask, you haven't met Mask yet. She hasn't met Mask yet, has she?
Yeah.
Briefly.
Yeah, she's absolutely met Mask. She was the one who said, I feel that she's the one who voiced concern when Mask disappeared. Something's got to be wrong.
That's right. Man, it's so hard to remember. But yeah, they're all very good adventurers. They're good at fighting, and they know what to do. And up until very recently, I secured donations for orphanages. So you know, I like getting some on-the-job experience with this adventuring gig. So I think ultimately we're doing the right thing generally. It does get messy though. I will say we're messy when we do the right thing. I think that's what we're doing.
Understandable. And it's for Giselle, and Giselle's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, we should let her have her stepfather.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, I understand. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem. And I will try to be more clear about the morality behind what we are doing, just as soon as I get clear on it as well.
Sounds like a plan. I'm going to rest right now. A little bit, maybe.
It's a good idea.
Yes.
Would you like a cinnamon roll?
Absolutely.
They're good at
I have to say,
considers.
this world has the most amazing confections.
Agreed. Can't wait till we
Nom,
get back
nom,
to
nom,
Warren.
Oh.
Ain't no way.
So you guys go back to bed. Do either of you want to do anything else before you go to sleep?
I'm gonna check on Ben one more time.
Okay. You check on Ben, and he sleeps sitting up with his eyes open.
For that miss.
Do not like.
Now. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just put a blanket over him as best I can, and
He doesn't even respond.
it's a little pat on the head, and then I go to bed.
Okay. So you go to bed. What about Senta? We haven't heard from Senta in a while. What is Senta doing prior to the evening and then into the hours of sleep time?
Well, probably brooding somewhere because she's like kind of having this revelation that she's been so focused down on the Crom spawn that like she hasn't been looking at anything else that's been going on at all.
Okay. So you do I will I'm trying to think. Go ahead and give me a perception roll or investigation, your choice.
Okay, so I rolled a 2, so that's gonna be an 11.
Okay.
Just
You
gonna make it
are
good.
just sitting, ruminating, and you see that same familiar glow happen again.
Okay,
It's a new glow, though, from that deck you have.
I'm gonna pull it out and look at which one.
It's the Hanged. This is not a person you're traveling with currently. This is the
I think-
Jester.
I think my impulse would be to go and let Wisp know, because Wisp kind of seems like they're in charge.
Okay.
When did that happen?
I didn't get a feeling that anyone was in charge of this group.
That.
Okay. So, Wisp, where are you at this moment?
Okay, so we're saying like leading into bedtime?
Yep.
What are the cabin arrangements on here? Are we looking at individual cabins, or is it like just hammocks set up in the below deck?
So this is a cargo ship. It had not unloaded all of its food and cargo yet. So you guys actually have some food, and you have a bunch of crates that are arranged in such a way that they kind of make like rooms below deck, so that everybody can kind of have a private area to sleep and rest their head.
Okay. So then my follow-up question is, as the day has worn on, I've kind of been keeping an eye out on my new friend.
Okay. All right. So you've watched as Asana has basically gone around trying to help where she can with the ship. You see that she that she's been following Tempest's orders as she goes through the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she is mostly just trying to help the ship run smoothly, all that sort of stuff. She seems to very much have gotten in line, right?
Okay. Well, so I'm going to say that Wisp has kind of been mostly just pacing on deck and just kind of keeping one eye out just to see when it looks like she might be winding down for the evening.
Okay. All right. So when she starts winding down, it's actually pretty late into the night. She seems to be very adept with the darkness and seeing by moonlight, and aka she has dark vision. So
Of course she does.
yeah. So she goes to bed. It's probably about the equivalent of 1 a.m. Finally, she goes below deck and finds a spot that's unoccupied and just sort of curls up in a very cat-like fashion, actually.
All right. So I guess the question is, if Senta is looking for me, do we want to say that happens before she calls it a night?
We'll say yes.
Okay. So why don't we do that first then?
Okay. So yeah, Senta, you find Wisp in one of these like little alcoves composed of crates and barrels.
Have you been appraised of what happened with Ben and Nim?
I'm trying to remember, Steven. Did I witness any of that or not? I can't remember.
Shoot, I can't remember specifically if you were there or if you were occupied.
She was with Wisp.
I am Wisp.
I mean, I'm sorry, with Tempest.
Yeah, I think
it was me and
Tempest is aware.
Tempest. Yeah, and then it wasn't SENITA and Wisp and a new fighting the blood bender, not the blood bender, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes, the blood bender,
Okay.
not blood bender.
Okay. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that at this point I'm well aware of Ben's current condition, but that I probably have unless Nim went out of her way to bring me up to speed, I'm probably not aware of exactly what went on.
Okay.
And Nim, you can make your own call on whether you would have done that or not.
I think Nim would have, probably not in super great detail, just in that she would want everybody to know, but then would rush back to take care of Ben. And
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I guess my response. So I know the state that Ben is in. I know Nim tried to help him, and she seems to think that she was starting to help, but then it didn't work, and I don't know if that is wishful thinking on her part or what that is.
She very nearly succeeded, I saw. But, and I will pull out the tarot cards and show the one that's glowing. This was happening to hers when that happened.
Okay. So, Steven, can you describe this particular card for me again?
So, the card that bears the likeness of Nim in a very stylized, almost stained glass affect, it's labeled the Magician.
Okay, but SENITA's showing me the Hanged right now.
Is that the one you're showing them?
Yes, because that's the one that's glowing.
Okay, so as SENITA hands it to you, it stops glowing.
And is it clearly identifiable just from looking at the card that this is mask?
Yes. It looks like more or less a stained glass image of Masquerade in full regalia.
Okay. I wish I knew if that was a good sign or a really, really bad one. I suppose it depends on what they're trying to do.
Well, we're going to have to find out eventually one way or the other, but I don't know how far away we can be that this will pick up.
With the lead Mask has on us, and that we lost a bunch of time at that damn prison, I am inclined to think that there is not really a relevant range on those.
I think that is a safe assumption. I concur.
Well, keep an eye on them, and thank you for telling me.
Is there anybody else that needs to know immediately, or can we discuss this at breakfast?
I think it can be discussed at breakfast, if only because I don't think it's going to have clear meaning for anybody.
All right. And I will, just bow awkwardly and leave.
Okay.
Wisp kind of boggles a little bit at the bow, like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, I think that'll probably be Wisp calling it a night.
Okay. Yeah, and Asana seems pretty beat herself too. Like she's
that's the call I'm making.
Been very physically active, helping with the ship and everything. What about Anu? What are you doing around bedtime? Like you only sleep or you trance for 4 hours, so are you just trancing in the crow's nest and then watching from there?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds like such a drug use euphemism. Yeah, man, I'm trancing in the crow's nest.
So, oh my gosh. Okay. You have picked the spot where you're going to get so much information, Anu. I want to kind of go to Marissa and then go back to you because of what you're going to see. So, Nim, what are you doing at night?
So Nim goes into her little sleeping area.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just a quiet corner that she's found for herself away from everybody. Empties her pockets, looks at her little cinnamon roll box, looks at her stone that she can talk to Mask, looks at the Steve bells and just sighs. Because someday we'll have our boy back. Doesn't seem to notice that her money's gone, but that's Nim. And she just holds that stone, the communication stone, calling stone. What is it called?
Oh, the sending stone?
Sending stone. And wonders if she should call Mask now or if she should talk to everybody. Just feeling very lost and like they need Mask. Because after the whole prison break thing, she feels like things are going a little bit more sideways than they should have.
Okay. I want you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Why would you do this to me, Steven? Okay. Where's the saving throw? Okay. 22.
22. So you are able to control your emotions enough that you have agency over whether or not you are going to call Mask. You do know that it kind of, the stone responds to your emotions even. It's picking up on your thoughts. This thing is in your head at least a little bit. So like you see just like the outline sort of like fade and ebb and flow with this light back and forth. Just this sort of like interesting blue glow that it's almost like it's thrumming a little bit, like it has a heartbeat and you can feel it just a little bit.
I like it. Nim looks at it but decides she puts it back in her pocket and she'll wait till the morning to talk to everyone else just in case there's some information that needs to be shared.
Okay. All right.
She doesn't want to have like a late night. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
That would be so Nim.
It would be.
So, Anu, you're watching from this crow's nest. Your trance, unless you're looking for something, happens fairly uneventfully. And you hear tolling bells in the distance. Ding, 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 ding. And you see this orange glow sort of slowly rise from the horizon as you're coming closer upon this now silhouette of a town. And you start to see plumes of smoke erupting.
Are we coming up on a burning village? Is that what's going on right now?
Something like that is going on right now. You hear like your elf ears are really keen and you hear the distant screams. Make a perception or investigation roll to see if you can make out any words or anything in particular as you hone in on this.
$17.
17. That's close. You hear two words, and only two words that you can actually make out. The dead.
Awesome. Zombies.
And that's all you can make out.
Damn it.
Man,
Okay.
I'm just spectating for y'all to fight. But I'm not like this.
I'm gonna go wake the others.
Okay. So we'll say for our purposes, you guys do get a long rest in because this is towards the morning as you get close enough for this to happen.
Good.
So, Anu, who are you waking first and how?
How's the sleeping situation looks?
So everyone's sort of arranged downstairs below deck where there is this, there are crates and barrels and everything arranged in these sort of pseudo rooms that make compartments for people to have some privacy as they sleep.
Okay. I'm not going to be too annoying to wake them up, but there's a poke. And because I can't do anything without being annoying. So I'm not aggressively waking them up, but I am waking them up and then going, hey, I have a thing to tell you.
Okay.
Tempest wakes him up immediately. What do you need?
What do you know about the undead?
That they should die again?
Probably. Good answer. Do you know how to kill them?
Yes, I'm exceedingly good at it.
Okay, cool.
Wait. But why do you ask?
No particular reason. And then I go look at everybody else.
Okay. So, who do you go to next?
I'm gonna go to Vera.
All right. So, Wisp, you get a poke.
Morning.
Good morning. Are you ready for battle?
Depends. How big is it?
Not in girth, but in quantity. I imagine a lot.
I can work with that. Get my ass up.
Yay. And then I'm gonna go to Nim. But this is gonna be a lot softer and honest.
Oh.
So it's just, hey, sweetie, we're gonna land into some not so great situation. So,
Well, of course. Why not? It's been, I don't know, 17 hours since we were in some sort of battle? Okay, why not?
yeah, it's pretty
Go
accurate.
ahead and get on up, I guess. Just stretch it out and get ready for the day.
Okay. So, you are now up.
And then with Sinta, it's hey, I imagine you can understand what's going on, and then I walk off.
I appreciate you.
So yeah, as everyone comes to the deck on their own terms, you see dawn is just breaking. The sky is still this blue-black with hints of orange and purple. The sun just barely peeking on the crest of the horizon of the water. And you see now clouds of smoke pluming, almost like a volcano, from this town that still has this orange glow. You can hear the distant screams. And other crew members have started to rally as Faird has alerted everyone to what's going on, and Asana's been going around waking up the different sailors.
Oh, frick you.
So, what are you guys doing? You just waiting for the ship to dock? You gonna do something? You gonna go ahead?
No.
You gonna do something specific?
Tempest wants to
Where you going?
sorry about that. Tempest wants to address the entire crew, everyone who's on the ship.
Okay.
Eddie.
So she stands up high somewhere on a railing or something as they're coming in, and she says, "Can I have your attention, please?
They listen.
I know
We're going to get
that you were all imprisoned for one reason or another. I don't care about the reason. Maybe you did something terrible. Maybe you did something unforgivable. Or maybe you didn't. But out there, right now, we have a choice to make. We can be heroes for this one day. Every single one of us, regardless of what evil we have done in the past. We can save that town from the undead. Each and every one of you have that choice to make a change in your life right now. I made that choice. I made that change, and you can too. You could run when we put the gangplank down and hide. Or you could be something more. I encourage you to be more. And she pulls her sword, which of course is like, you know, this epic black sword summoning thing where all these triangles appear out of nowhere, form into like a giant sword.
Make a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice.
Oh, it's intimidation.
Okay.
With +10 or +6, it's gonna be +10.
All right.
All right, come on.
Trying to instill courage by making yourself look that much scarier.
Yes. Okay, that would be a dirty 21.
So as you raise your sword, you get this cheer from the rest of the crew. Ah! And they start raising whatever they've got. They are ready for this.
Fantastic.
We are going to say that for everyone's purposes, that speech gave everyone an inspiration.
Yay!
So, Steven, question.
Mm-hmm.
How far are we from the dock currently?
So you're still about a mile out from the dock.
Okay. Once we get within range of Dimension Door, let me know, because depending on the layout, I have things I might want to do.
Okay, so it's going to take at least a half hour. So you're going to be hearing this and experiencing this, being ready to plan as well for at least a half hour before you're getting anywhere close to do something.
All right.
So that being said, everyone has a half hour to plan. Does anyone have something specific they want to do, or are we just going to go into it?
I want to make sure that let's see. Tempest checks with everyone. Who here can see in magical darkness?
I can.
Anyone else? No. All right.
Asana raises her hand.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. Well, that's good to know. And that's magical darkness, right? Not just, the conjured darkness, not just the darkness of the night.
She nods, and when she nods, you see briefly her eyes go from her normal gold to this, blood red.
Fantastic. If you see a 15-foot sphere of darkness running around killing things, please join me.
Asana nods somberly, much more somberly than my laughter would imply. and with that, are you guys going to plan on everyone rushing the town together? Are you going to divide into teams? How are you handling this?
Well, Nim wants to talk to everybody and say, I thought last night maybe we should talk to Mask, and I don't know if anybody has anything to say to them, but I don't know, just in case maybe Mask knows what we're getting into or can tell us. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Before I respond to that, Steven, do we know that Mask, does Mask also have a sending stone? So in theory, they could be reaching out to us about stuff?
So this shard, stone that Nim has, Mask would assume Angelique has, because you took it from Angelique's room.
Right.
So they don't know that you guys have this.
Okay. I have a lot to say to Mask, Nim, but for what we're about to go into, we have to deal with it whether they have a means to prep us or not.
True.
I think that might be better saved until we're at the very least on the other side of what we're about to deal with.
Okay. Sounds good. But as soon as we're done with this nonsense, and Nim looks at Tempest, and that 15-foot sphere of darkness deals with it, we're calling mask, okay?
All right. So, Steven, let me tell you what I'm looking out for as we get closer.
Okay.
What I want to do is, if there are buildings on or near the dock, what I want to do is I want a dimension door onto a roof so that I can start hurling fireballs from above. That is my intention. Because if they're going to hit this thing head on, I want to start lobbing fireballs at the back end of the horde.
Okay. Cool. So that's what your plan is. Does anyone else have a specific plan in that vein? I know Tempest, you mentioned something about running around in a cover of darkness.
I was thinking of it depending on what we're fighting. I mean, some undead don't mind magical darkness, so I'd have to figure it out. But and these only last so long, right? But definitely my first thing is that before things start, I will have my sword out and I will have Spirit Shroud ready to go. So before we take our first action, Spirit Shroud's already out and it will be doing radiant damage.
Perfect.
And Steven, one other thing. I want to take a quick poll of the people on board the ship. Anybody here have on them and is good with a ranged weapon?
You see Farrad actually raises his hand. You got a crossbow.
Crossbow. Great. And does he have one? Like with him?
No, he asked if you had a crossbow.
He asked if I have one. I don't have one, but has anyone checked the stores on the ship, see if we can get something? I'm going to be setting up to start picking people off. I'm going to be going for large scale. I'm be happy to take somebody up with me who's able to do a bit more sniping.
Okay. So you do know that Anu is good at sniping, but also Anu is good at seeing in darkness. So Anu, what is your plan in this?
Anu, this invitation is open to you if you want to come with me.
Okay, so Tempest has Asana with it. Her. So I'll go with Veer to snipe.
Okay. So Anu, you're with me.
All right. So pretty much the only weapons that they're able to find below deck are a couple of swords, some spears, very basic sort of stuff. Nim, what's your plan when all this breaks out?
So are there any other abdicated prisoners besides Ben?
None that you rescued.
Okay. Oh, that makes me sad. So Nim's plan is to take care of Ben, because she doesn't get the feeling that Ben can hang in a fight. Not that Nim is a great warrior. So just her goal is to protect Ben, help him hide, give encouragement where necessary.
Okay. All right. Is there a particular party you're wanting to stick with, or are you just kind of going off on your own to hide and find a safe spot?
Nim will probably hang out closer to Wisp in that 15-foot sphere of darkness terrifies her.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, Nim, Wisp is going to be dimension dooring up to 500 feet away in a few minutes.
So Nim's going to hang out with SENITA.
Okay.
But mostly hidden.
Okay. So speaking of SENITA, what is SENITA's plan as you guys are coming up on this town under siege?
Hide, cruel intent, stab.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So, are you telling SENITA you're planning on staying with her, or?
Yes, but more in the SENITA will be right behind you, hiding. Just if you clear a path, we'll take it.
You got it.
Okay. And so everyone is going to get out. We're going to start. I'm going to let you guys choose what skill roll you think makes the most sense to get you set up for this. And this is a complex skill test. You guys have to get 4 out of 5 successes to adequately set up without any nasty interventions throwing interruptions in your way. So I'll just start with Tempest, and we will go according to how I see you on my screen. So Tempest, what are you rolling?
Well, she already did her big charisma check. But let's see. In order to get set up, I mean, it's probably going to be perception because she needs to be able to identify what kind of undead she's going to be fighting, right?
Okay.
If these are things that don't see in the dark well, which, well, they wouldn't see in magical dark. Almost nothing sees well in magical darkness. Mostly because she's got to determine whether she's going to summon her sword or a maul. Like if there's skeletons or something, then obviously you can use the blunt weapon again. She's planning and stuff. So there's definitely going to be some perception and what would be something like the actual planning of a strategery kind of thing.
Investigation, probably.
Investigation. There isn't a whole lot of planning. Yeah, I mean, perception to see all the right people to start the attack with, I think is probably, Okay. I mean, I have a lot of other things that she's not skill girl.
Okay.
I am not skill girl.
Go ahead then. Not skill girl.
Right. Yeah.
Roll that perception. Yeah. Your DC is 16.
Well, a 15 plus my perception of +3 gives me an 18.
18. You succeed. You make the next check one easier. So, Anu, what are you doing to set up? Your DC is going to be a 15.
I'm trying to think of what. Because it's mostly about setting up aim.
Could be stealth if you're trying to be sneaky about it.
Oh wait.
Could be perception if you're trying to get a good shot in.
Yeah, perception, because
What about?
who knows what kind of undead these are. Because if they're stupid, it'll be easy to stealth back.
Okay.
Okay. 29.
29. Easily. You make it one easier for Senta. Senta, you need a 14. What are you rolling?
All right, I feel like investigation is a reasonable roll for like pathing to get Nim and Ben somewhere that's like somewhat hidden, right?
Sure.
Oh, I already got hit hard.
Okay, and I ended up getting exactly 14.
Okay. Meets beats. So that means Wisp, you need a 13. What are you rolling?
I'd like to roll this as Arcana since my entire setup depends on the spell going off correctly.
Sure thing.
That's an 18.
All right, you succeed, which means you set up properly. Nim, round us out. Your DC is a 12. You guys have already succeeded, but if you get all 5 successes, you'll get an extra bonus.
I think for this, it should be a survival because that's Nim's goal.
It's surviving. That's great. I love it.
Yeah. 17.
17 is a success. So all of you guys get into your positions just as you've described. And you charge into the city. The first thing you notice, this place is overrun with zombies. In fact, trying to think who would be the most likely to notice this. I think Senta would be the most likely. Senta, give me an investigation roll. What'd you get?
17.
17. Senta, you can do the math here. There's enough townspeople to fill this town. These dead came from somewhere else.
Okay.
And they have come to storm this place.
So I let everybody know this is a siege.
Okay. And what's more, you see that they're pouring out of the underground from the sewers.
I've seen this before.
Yep. Did you like the ending? Okay, I'm now going to make a die roll to see what happens with this. Oh, that's wildly appropriate. Okay, let's start with Tempest. Let's start at the top because we're just doing this in order. So, Tempest, you're trying to carve through things with this darkness in place. So I need 3 checks from you.
No, I haven't cast the darkness. I didn't know. Right now I've got Spirit Shroud going, so I'm doing more, what's it called? Radiant damage, right?
Okay.
She wants to, but you got to be careful with this because there could be other people around. You know, got to be careful. So it's all the Spirit Shroud right now with the what's it called? That's the one where the spirits circle around me, the angry spirits.
Okay. All right. What do these look like?
Well, just like last time when she was on the boat, when Tempest summons it, she's like, spirits of the restless dead, come forth and wreak your vengeance upon the evil of the world. And they are, they're ghostly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most of Tempest's magic is those black 2-dimensional triangles, right, that fall and float and everything.
Yeah.
But these are like, ghost white with little like they're half faded and out. They have like scan lines that are gone at an angle through them. But they're faces of undead faces of spirits, but they glow white because this is radiant, right? These are I don't want to say good undead, but kind of, it's evil on evil. It's a different undead. It's a spirit of vengeance.
Okay.
And they circle, fading in and out of existence, and diving towards things as I swing.
Okay.
And sometimes they bite and sometimes they claw and sometimes they just pass right through depending on what they are. You see, they could be, you look at they could be elves, which is weird, or they could be dwarves or humans or some races you've never seen before, right? Some lineages you've never seen before, because these are the spirits that Tempest has that have decided to follow Tempest around on her vengeance quest. So there could be some very unique spirits.
Okay, so you are tearing through these. Make 3 attack rolls.
3 attack rolls.
Yes. Tell me what you get. Since you're just going all in, full ham.
Oh yeah. Why would you go whole hog? Let's see. With her greatsword, she gets a plus 10. So that's a 28.
28. Okay, that's definitely a success for 1.
Oh, that's a 1.
Nope, that is a critical failure. In fact, that triggers one of my nasty things.
No. I'm spending an inspiration.
Okay.
I'm spending an inspiration.
No nasty things yet. Dang it.
No nasty. No, I know nasty things. Thank you.
I was ready. I have a chart for nasty things. In this fight specifically.
21.
Oh God.
21
Instead of that 1, it's a 21.
Yep.
Still not a crit. None of these have critted.
Okay.
And but that's a crit.
Okay.
Right? It's right there. You can see it. That's a 30 total.
Okay. So I have a number of undead that are this town's enemies' hit points functionally, right? Each one of these undead has 1 hit point. So your damage roll is going to determine how many undead you slaughter in your first carve through of a street. Okay?
Okay.
Because this town is vastly overrun right now. So that being said, your crit automatically deals all of the max of every damage dice you're doing, and since you are a paladin, that includes smite damage.
Okay, I will absolutely smite with a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
So you just want me now? I don't double the number. You just want me to take the absolute maximum of all of my damage.
No, you're going to start by taking the absolute maximum of all of your damage. So
Okay.
So you have 68.
It's let's see. It's 2d6 plus 3d8 plus another d8 for the spirit shroud. And that would be
44.
And I think that's it.
That's just your base max for one attack, right?
Yes, that is my base max for one attack with a smite.
Okay.
That's a smite on there too.
Now
right?
roll all your damage.
Now roll all my damage. All right.
Yes.
Let's see.
The worst part of D&D is all the public math you have to do.
I know, right? Well, I've got a calculator up, so
okay.
That can help.
So, 6 and 3 is 9. So that's and then I do 3. Oh, and then I do one more D8.
Okay.
9 plus, where's my D8? Okay. So far we've got 9, and then my D8 does 2 more, 10, 11, and now 3D8 for the smite.
Okay.
7.
So is that 10 plus 11 or just 11 that you added?
It's hold on, wait. I'll just write it down. 11 so far. We're 11 plus 7 plus. Oh no! It dropped on the floor. Plus 5.
Plus 5.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 26.
So 44 plus 26. 70. So you actually carve out 70 zombies in your first attack as you're just thronged by a street that's packed solid with zombies. Now roll your damage for your second attack.
Oh, I rolled for my second attack. Okay.
Yeah. These you guys watch as you're rolling. I'm going to describe these if you'll let me. These white luminous spirits start carving through zombies, literally charring them to piles of ash as they swoop and sweep. These zombies are crawling vertically along walls, jumping and leaping from rooftops. They are everywhere. They are fast. And yet this just utter decimating forward charge from Tempest is carving a swath as just literally almost 100 in a single blow. And what's the second result for damage?
30.
30. So
Yes.
you've gotten to 100 at this point.
Yeah, I know. The second one, I only smited with a second level spell on the one that did 30, but somehow I rolled better. So
Okay. Now roll that third attack's damage.
The third attack's damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me mark off my spells that I'm smiting right now. Five plus 6. Oop, this window. 5 plus 6 plus the D8 was a 1. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
I can roll a 1 every once in a while, and then that fell off. Okay, not so good. 18
plus another 18. All right, so for context, as you guys watch Tempest carving a swath from this like packed solid street of zombies, and some of them jumping from rooftops, and her just cleaving them in two with this magical sword of hers, she kills 118 zombies in 6 seconds. Just with this massive sword spinning, carving. Like, it's wild. Between the spirits and the sword, she is decimating this entire street and clearing it. And for context, you guys have taken out about 1/10 of the zombies in the city. So, next up,
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. At the end of that swipe and everything, that whole destruction, Tempest jumps on top of a rock or something to be high, and she screams, "I'm the best at what I do."
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So, is that a challenge for our next contestant, Anu? So, Anu, I need 3 attack rolls from you. And just so you know, each of these can benefit from your sneak attack because we're kind of bulk doing a massive combat is how we're doing this. It's like a siege combat. So, did you make your 3 attack rolls?
Are you muted?
Oh, you're muted. So we can't hear you. You must have been saying
that
stuff.
explains it. I'm sorry. I was saying something. Okay, so I got a nat 20 on one of my
Oh!
Nice.
dice. 18 plus 6, 24.
That will also succeed.
And then a 23.
Okay. So all of those will succeed. So your crit, let's start by resolving that. How many sneak attack dice do you have now? Is it 5?
6.
6. So that's 6 times 6, that's 36. Plus, what are you actually attacking with?
I'm attacking with my crossbows.
Okay.
Which is... Stop it, damn it.
So that's another 8, right?
Bro, they were
Or no, you use the special hand crossbows, don't you?
Yeah, I use double hand.
So you have another 12 total with both of them. So that's 48 base for that. And then your go ahead and roll all that damage now all over again.
Okay, so right, because I dual wield crossbow, so that'd be 8 d6s. Okay. Plus 2. Get out of the container. Okay. Oh, I guess that's fair since I had all succeeding attacks. Okay, so 6, 9, 10, 15, 17, 18, 20.
20 plus 20. Okay, that's 68 for your first round. What second round? Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, hang on. I didn't find it. Okay.
12th level, man. This is where it's at.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Okay. Well,
Look at the quarter. Oh my god.
shut up back there. Okay, that's 6, 10. Okay, 12 plus 10 is 22. 24.
24 for the next one. All right.
Well, 22 for the last one.
22. All right. So you did 114 damage. So once again, you guys watch as Anu dimension doors with Wisp on top of this on top of this rooftop and just starts firing these crossbow bolts, sniping even out of midair sometimes as they leap towards civilians. You see a cluster of civilians that they are trapped within this square with a fountain, and you literally just start mowing them down in rapid succession.
Oh my god, I'm getting
It's like video game levels of gore and epicness as you see just these black inky splatters just flying through the air everywhere.
I'm gonna also stand up and go, yeah, but I look better doing it.
Oh man, challenge issued. So you guys have done a total of 232 damage at this point.
Woohoo!
Roughly another 10th of the zombies are taken out.
I'm going.
We're on Senta now. Senta, 3 attack rolls, or you can choose skills if you'd rather.
Okay, so I pre-rolled.
Okay.
And one of my attacks definitely missed, but the other were a 19 and a natural 20 respectively. And it's going to be for a total of 78 damage.
Oh, wow. Okay. What was your definite miss? Because it's possible
A
that
10.
that is one less than you needed. So, very close though. So that puts us to a threshold of 310. And you guys, well, you can describe. I don't know why I've been describing for you guys. You describe it.
Oh, I just, moving down a corridor and, vanishing and then, reappearing and, hamstringing a zombie and, just being brutally efficient in, making sure that they are not going to be, harming anybody. We can come and put them down later.
Okay. All right. So with precision, you guys watch as Senta mows through another roughly 10th of them. And you guys are really schooling this horde of zombies at this point. Let's see if you can get to that 50% mark by the end of the round. Wisp.
Yes.
Go ahead and
So
make
first
3 rolls.
Well, first of all, hold on.
Oh.
Let's establish something first.
Okay.
Anu's my dance partner,
Okay.
so she'll get to go again after I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
So
Suck it, zombies.
there's your first thing. Second of all, are there enough concentrated clusters of these things that don't have civilians immediately in them that I can throw 3 fireballs and not ignite civilians?
Yes. However, we're going to say that for the purposes of this particular situation, you're going to have to make your checks as Arcana checks to make sure that you don't destroy buildings, possibly
Fair
with
enough.
people in
Oh,
them.
we got people coming.
Now, see, the
Because-
thing is, I don't normally have to roll for fireball.
Right.
Oh
So
my God.
instead, I'm letting you guys be the ones that kind of roll this and dictate to me how you're
Okay.
doing it. So we're going to say the Arcana roll is your way of, you aren't really concerned about being able to do damage. You're going to be able to do swaths of damage with this. Your concern is going to be controlling that power so that you don't
Okay.
injure civilians in the process.
You're
You're going
So
to
you want
find
me to
plenty
do
of
3?
targets.
So you want me to do 3 Arcana rolls to basically see how well I'm controlling each of these?
Correct.
Okay, let's see. That I'm actually going to take an inspiration and re-roll that
Okay.
because that was a nat 1.
Oh, yes. We don't want a
Ooh.
nat 1 because you know what that
All right.
means. I get the chart.
That's a nat 20,
Oh!
which makes it a dirty 30.
Oh my gosh, dirty 30, love it.
Dirty
And
30 club.
Shit, that's another nat 20.
2 dirty. Okay, now now you have to make a TikTok involving dirty 30.
And this last one is a 15.
15 will succeed. So, okay, take your maximum number of fireball dice twice. What is that?
Oh no.
Okay, so roll the max number twice?
No,
Or-
start with what spell level are you casting it at?
He's about to throw
I'm gonna say I'm doing this at 3rd level.
Okay, so that's 8d6, I think, right?
86, yes.
Okay, so that's 8 times 6 times 2. So that's 96 base for those two. Now,
Yeah.
roll 24 more d6.
All right, so hold on. Let me.
If you want to do it electronically, that might be easier.
I'm going to. I'm still going to need a calculator to add this stuff up. So.
24d6. I mean, what are we playing? GURPS? No, not GURPS. What is it? Star Wars? Send games day 66. Yeah, there's there. That's more dice than you roll in World of Darkness. Let me tell you, 26. That's a lot of dice.
This is
So where you going?
86.
86 more. Okay. So that's 182. So, oh my gosh. All right, so just describe for me what you do as you're doing all of this.
Wisp is going a little fancier with this one because up to this point, the fireballs have been like, Wisp has sent them out as like small balls that have expanded as they've arrived where they're going. Wisp is actually trying something a little different, going for kind of pinpoint, almost doing like finger guns. And at the point pointed at, the ball of chromatic fire just expands out immediately from there. So it's like you don't even get the warning of it's on its way. It's just in 3 key clusters where these things are tightly packed.
Okay. So you guys watch as these 3 key clusters just and you see this eruption of mangled zombie pieces as this fire erupts from these areas, surprisingly controlled to not hurt any of the buildings nearby. And no civilians either, for that matter.
And I shall go, no more need be said.
Nim.
Hold on.
Wait, no,
if
it's
Anu
Anu.
wants to take
You're right.
a reaction and go again.
Anu, are you going again?
I'm going again.
Okay.
Good.
All
I
right.
cannot help the cause.
You thought a horde was gonna slow us down.
Oh,
Oh
don't
my
worry.
God.
I'm not worried about the horde.
All right.
I don't like
The
how you said
horde,
that, Steve.
right?
Do not like that at all.
Uh,
No, thank you.
Okay, so I got a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Four,
Oh
one.
my gosh! This is wild! This is
Alright.
like record levels of Nat 20 in a stream.
And
Yes,
then-
and of course that's gonna mean that when it comes down to like whatever the big thing is, we're gonna roll all ones.
Oh, next session we're screwed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I got a 14 and then 13.
14 and a 13. Okay, so both of those will succeed actually. So go ahead and let's see, your base is 66, right? So that's 36 plus your other 2. That makes it 48 base. Roll all those damage for that one, the crit. So that's going to be a total of 8d6 plus 8d6 plus 8d6. So go ahead and just roll 24d6 together as you're doing this.
1, 2, 3.
Because your sneak attack applies per turn, not per round.
All right.
And you're acting on somebody else's turn.
Oh, of course it's gonna lag. Hey, why are my dice rolls so laggy on here? I don't understand. Oh, to be fair, I am rolling 24 dice.
That's true. This is like you just take a dice bag and dump it out.
All I hear is 78.
78. Wow. Okay. So that's another 126. So that's... You guys have done 618 damage, which is going to trigger a couple of different things. But we're going to get to Nim first. Nim, You're watching this carnage ensue before you. You and Ben have found a safe place to hide in a local shop. And as you entered, the first thing you saw was the mangled corpse of a woman, her chest literally ripped open and entrails hanging out, half eaten. There are like bite marks in here. But you also see the remnants of a zombie that has been charred with what you would be able to surmise, having experience with these, radiant damage. Not Tempest's radiant damage, mind you. You hear more commotion upstairs. You hear clattering. You hear blasts. And then you hear footsteps coming down the stairs. Tired, worn, weary. This person has been fighting for a very long time. You hear the tinkling of bells. Mask half torn off of his face. You see your companion, Masquerade. And Mask, you just see Nim standing in the doorway.
And it's just like that moment of shock, that moment of like absolute quiet where like he's just standing there like not really sure if this is actually happening or if this is a psychotic break or something. It was a tide of undead. And this is not that.
Are you? Is it?
I'm just gonna cross the room and hug her.
Okay.
Nim hugs back while still holding Ben's hand, so it's an awkward, weird situation.
It's absolute
One-on-one
madness out there.
It is, but you'll be pleased to know that it seems that we have it mostly under control. The amount of these folks that we have put down in the past, I don't know, like 20 seconds has been pretty absurd. So it should be handled readily, I think. I'm gonna stay hopeful.
Oh, I wish it were as simple as getting rid of just the shamblers.
What? There's more?
There is definitely crom spawn down there, and I think it might be my fault that this is happening.
Oh. Is it? Did you do what Angelique asked?
We found some of the Ebon Shade, and I don't know how to describe to you what happened. It was there, and we were going to move it, and then I just consumed it. It stopped working, but apparently it was what was holding this tide of undead back.
Oh no.
Oh,
okay. Well, and I suppose we can't just put it back.
No, it's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've fought these things before. And now, what about the team that you came out here with? Or is it just you?
They're still here.
Okay, good. Well, it's good to see you, and I will have a lot of catching up to do. But until then, I guess I'll let you fight some more.
You stay safe, and I'll be back, I promise.
Please.
And I will head out probably the bottom door, because if I came down the stairs, there was a reason I came in here. It was probably to get lower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as that happens, Nim, I want you to give me your choice of role. What are you feeling in this moment? What sort of thoughts are going through your mind?
I ended up
Nim is
ended up
concerned
winning in a 33
that
against my
no matter what they do, they are never gonna beat this sort of thing, especially if, Mask followed orders and that brought on this horde. But also happiness at seeing Mask and feeling hopeful that now that the team's back together, something can happen, but also just, tinged with despair.
Okay. Now, just so you're aware, Mask said they were going to move it like is following orders, and instead something magical and weird happened, and he consumed it. Mm-hmm. Which was not the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, what role do you think associates with these feelings of despair that you have?
I don't know. I think it could either be like an insight, like kind of insight into yourself, but also like a survival thing. Like if you lose hope, it's harder to survive. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Roll whichever you think makes the most sense for you.
Let's do survival. That seems to be the theme of the evening.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. SENITA.
Yes.
Roll a perception roll.
$17.
17. Your deck is glowing again in the midst of this combat.
All right, I'm going to pull that out, rifle through these cards.
And it is green. Nim, all of a sudden you feel a squeeze back on your hand. Was that masquerade just now?
It was! Mask is back! And I would go grab them, but, it's, we're in the middle of a battle.
It was in 33 out of the 10.
I'm terrified, and yet I'm so excited that I'm terrified.
Feelings are good even when they suck.
Yeah.
And he grabs onto you in a hug that's like just a clawing hug at your back. Like he doesn't want you to let him go.
I squeeze back super hard.
And I need another roll that isn't survival. What emotions are you putting into this moment right now?
Lots of love and hope. Optimism for the first time in a long time.
Okay. Give me another skill check that represents that to you.
Oh, the cast.
Could this be like a persuasion in that like she's persuading herself to not lose hope? Like
Sure.
Okay. 21?
21 is a success.
Yes.
So I'm going to level with you as a GM right now. Mm-hmm. That was 2 of your 3 rolls. In order to get this, you have to get all 3 as a success.
Mm-hmm.
You feel this hope. It's almost like your emotions themselves are pouring into Ben as well. And you see that recognition in his eyes for the first time since the last time this happened. And you have 10 words. What do you say?
I'm so happy you're back. It's good to see you.
Okay. Make another roll of your choice with advantage.
What role should it be?
Whatever you want. It doesn't have to be not persuasion. It can
Wait,
be
it doesn't have to.
It can be
it
persuasion if you want. Sorry, that
Okay.
was poorly worded.
No, I liked it. It was fun. I'm gonna do another persuasion
Okay.
with advantage. You said.
Yep, that's advantage. Now, your DC is pretty high here. You have to get a 23.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
24.
24.
Yeah.
So, the rest of you see in this moment a pillar of green light erupt from two different points in the city. Wisp and Anu, you have a prime seat. One of them is coming from the deck in Senta's hand, and the other is coming from a building behind you. And Nim, you feel it's like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders, off of Ben's. And his once brown eyes turn green. And he starts crying, and he just grabs you. He says, "Thank you. Thank you, Mom."
Anytime. Big hug. And then just Nim cries.
you feel the like shaking sobs of a man who's been given his life back. And I want you to make one more roll, Nim, and this time it's an Arcana roll specifically.
Nine?
9. That is not gonna make it.
I have 1 point of inspiration left because we got one from Tempest. Can I
Okay.
use it?
You can use it.
God. Wait, not the red dice. This one's wiped. 22.
22. Okay. So
That's it.
that succeeds.
Okay, good.
So that's 22. So you rolled, and make sure I've got this right. You rolled a 23, a 15, a 24, and a 22. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So just to make sure our math is good, right? 23 plus 15 plus 24 plus 22 is 84. Roll a d4 for me.
You can have my inspiration if you don't get the value that you want.
Oh, that's right. Wait, is this a D4, the pyramid?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very
The
cool.
One of
ones
those
on the-
could be dangerous to stand on.
Yeah. 3?
3. 84 times 3 is 252.
Jesus.
So you guys see this wave of green energy erupt from that pillar location as another 252 zombies are wiped out.
Mini batch.
Heck yeah!
Nim,
Putting us all to shame.
Nim leans out the door and says, "It's not that hard," and then closes it and goes back to hiding.
And now,
And
We
that's the
have-
power of love.
that is the power of love. And at this point, we have one more party member that needs to resolve some actions. Masquerade, make your 3 rounds of
Yes.
attack.
I pre-rolled for this as well,
Okay,
and the damage is 62.
62.
Nice.
All right. All right, so for context, are you ready? You guys had 1,000 zombies sieging the city. You guys have dealt 932 zombies their grisly demise. not quite all of the zombies. And I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Hmm.
15.
15.
14.
14.
Hold on.
17.
17.
Dirty 26.
26.
13 for Senta, 16 for Masquerade.
16 for Masquerade. So anyone that got less than a 15
That's me.
falls prone
Fair.
as the ground begins shaking and quaking. And you guys watch as erupting from the center square, from exactly where this fountain was, it shatters and decimates, falling into the gullet of this massive worm. It reeks to high heaven. It's undead. And as its petaled mouth opens, revealing a gullet full of teeth, and unleashes a sickening roar, you guys realize that the greater fight is still to come. And that's where we're going to cut it off for this particular week. So, thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys for watching. Aren't these guys amazing storytellers? So please come join us in 2 weeks. We are continuing to upload on our YouTube channel again now that we got some technical difficulties resolved, because this is Quill and Sword. We love some technical difficulties around here. It's great. And that being said, please join us in 2 weeks here for the next session as we start resolving some things, and hopefully everybody doesn't die to the undead worm of doom. And yeah, until next time, everybody, whether it's on the page or at the table, make sure to tell your story your way. Bye.